Okay, so my co-host is just completely MIA, even picked the time that we would be starting. He's gone. No, he's not here. He's not picking up his phone. He's not responding to any messages. Not salty. Not salty. This is great, you know? You know? Not angry. Not angry. Not angry. Okay, for whatever reason, the chat is not the right one because there's stuff in the chat on screen that's not the chat that as it actually is. What is that? What's going on? See if I can like that's not that's okay. I'm just gonna type some not. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. It's all good now. Cool. Well, so since I'm flying by myself today, because we already planned all this and I can't exactly stop, how's everyone been? It's been like a month and a half since the last demon. Reason why it took us so long to get around to this, and what happened is about a month ago, I was sick. I got sick. There also just wasn't like a lot of news in January, but now there is news. Um, but there's just not a lot of news in January. But then I got sick. And the week after I got better, or the week I got better, I went to Magfest. I went to Magfest. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yes, Stu, I was at Mag. Then past that, I after that, I came back and I got sick again. And not only that, but my co-host, who isn't here at the time, is he got sick and he was real bad. He was really bad. So I was just a matter of waiting for him to get better. But clearly, him being better. That's great. That's great. Love you, man. Anyway, how you all doing? How you all doing? We're here to talk about the news. News keep us going. No? You know how it is. Anyway, we got quite a bit of stuff has happened since. Quite a bit of stuff has happened since the last one. Which isn't surprising considering it was half. But let me switch over to next screen so we can look at it, Oh dang it. This chat's also screwed up. Hold on. Refresh. There we go. There we hide that away. So, first off, of course, there is no Switch 2. Get this video playing. By the way, I should have ultra low latency on. Everything should be good there, so it shouldn't be too much of a delay or anything. By the way, there's not going to be any audio, at least on your guys' end, for like this video, I mean, because I don't want to get any kind of copyright. Because we'll be listening to a couple of things that I'm pretty sure could get. I don't want to. But yeah, the Switch 2 finally got revealed. This is like the worst kept secret in like the last, like years or something. We've known about this thing for way too freaking. I like how in this trailer, am I fading in and out? Here, let me just talk like closer to my mic. How's this? Am I fading in and out? This good? Is this good? Because I'm seeing the mouth bounce up and down more consistently. I'm still getting used to this new mic and having to talk into it. Way better? Cool, cool, cool. Cool. But yeah, Switch 2 finally freaking happening. Took way too dang long for them to actually show it off. Also, just kind of as a bonus, you know, new Mario Kart. Which at first I genuinely actually thought is like, oh, it's Mario Kart 8 again. But then as it kind of went on, I was like, wait, no, that's brand new. This is brand new stage, brand new footage. Peach is in a different outfit. Donkey Kong, as a lot of people have noted, looks completely different. Not completely different. Some people are saying he looks more like the movie design, which that is fair. But at the same time, I feel like you could argue that he doesn't look like the movie design. He looks like his old design. I think they this design change is absolutely a result of the movie. I just also think it's probably more than just that. I think it feels a little like you're only looking at the newest thing and you're not looking at why the movie design was the way it was. And it was that way because it's supposed to be classic Donkey Kong from like the 80s. So yeah, yeah. It's the design looks like whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't like how they kind of got rid of his brow. I always love DK's brow. But it is what it is. As for the Switch 2, this trailer is just like, it's just showing, it's like purely just like just trying to highlight that this is not the same damn machine. This is not the same machine. It's all of this is just existing to highlight the differences. A normal Switch and Switch 2. It looks pretty neat. Looks cool. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna like add some like, because you guys can't hear the music playing because I don't want you to hear the music because I don't want this to get like claimed or whatever. I'm gonna add the music, just kind of the soft music I had going. Add that into this scene. So whenever I'm quiet, it's not like awkwardly silent. You know. Oh. How's that? You guys hear the music? The music. What the hell is this? Hey, Nocturne is a good one. Hemlo. Nocturne's a good one. I haven't played that, gosh, I think since 2021, since the HD remaster came out. Oh. Oh, this one's funky. What is this one? Hold on. I must switch. Hey, Sonic Rush Adventure. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, Switch 2 looks cool. There's really not like a ton to say, really. One thing, okay, you know what? One thing I do want to say in terms of like people's reaction to the Switch 2 that I think is like really dumb is it's actually should be coming up here in a gift. It's the Joy-Con ports where they connect the screen to the tablet. Here, yeah. So there was that thing going around of people being like, this chip's just gonna break off. It's gonna break off. And that's like, oh, that could be like a major point of concern. It's like, you know what? That is totally fair. That could totally very easily be. Hey, Proto, what's up? that could very easily break off. I'll be real with you. I think Nintendo absolutely thought about that, and considering it's such a massive point of failure, they probably went out of their way to make sure that it won't happen. It's not the sort of thing where, like, of course, the Switch itself has a lot of wear and tear and, like, problems that can happen with it. I feel like people look at this and are citing it as, like, an obvious failure. But, like, I don't think this'll be it. I don't think this'll be, like... I don't think if there was going to be a massive failure or a big point of contention, a big problem, it wouldn't be something so obvious that people would be able to pick up on it from this first trailer. I really, really think this is something that Nintendo did think about because it is so obvious. If there's going to be any issues such as Joy-Con drifting or the Joy-Cons, what is it, the latch, what connects the Joy-Cons to the Switch and like latches it in place. That's something that happens over time. That's not something that's obvious. So, yeah, no, I think if any problem, it would be more so a wear and tear thing. I don't think Nintendo would just like not realize this could be a problem. Something that has been going around at least like in the last day or two is supposedly there's evidence to suggest that there's like a patent or whatever that you can actually hook up the Joy-Cons upside down and then you can play games upside down. And I don't get what the purpose of that would be. I don't know what you could do with that. I really don't know. I don't know. I guess we'd have to see. I think the mouse thing, because they have where is it? This bit. I think this mouse stuff is has a lot of potential. This would be great for like FPSs, first-person shooters, or just any game that's first-person, because then you would get the accuracy mouse. Then you could potentially use the left Joy-Con to get the like movement of an analog stick, like an actual stick, which would feel better than hitting WASD, and overall probably just gives you more precision. Whereas you can use the right Joy-Con or vice versa for aiming, which I think would be great. I feel like a lot of PC games could actually benefit from this and very easily get ported. Ooh, I think. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We got the Switch 2 Direct coming in April. What was it? April 2nd. I'm definitely going to be streaming that. I don't think we know what it's running spec-wise yet. I don't think we know yet. I don't think we know. I applied, by the way, for the Switch 2 experience thing. And, yeah, no, they're picky as hell. I didn't get in. I did not get a little invite or whatever. I don't think we officially know what the specs for the Switch 2 is yet. But yeah, I tried to get in, but like apparently they're being super picky with who they're letting in, who they're approving. It is not like, oh, you're getting in because you are a noted game journalist or whatever. I mean, I'm sure they still do it, but like for this specific Nintendo experience thing, it seems to be entirely random who's getting in. Also, since you were talking about the kickstand, I definitely see what you're talking about. Again, I'd want to put my hands on it, but I am concerned about it being just as weak as the kickstand on the normal Switch. I think this form factor for a kickstand is much better, but I don't know if it'll have the improved strength that I would like a kickstand to have. But yeah, I feel like that's really kind of it. That's all I have to say about the Switch 2. I don't know if anyone else has anything they want to say about it. But Switch 2, pretty cool. Very excited. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what Nintendo does. But yeah, I'm excited for April. I'm pretty damn excited for April. Moving on. OLED kickstand nil. What do you mean OLED kickstand? What do you mean by that? This is a good one. I like this song. Hey, look, Hollow Knight, 6 years ago. Hi-Fi Rush on the Switch too. Honestly, I do think it's totally possible, especially now that, you know, Microsoft doesn't Mango or Hi-Fi Rush. I think it's totally possible we'll get a port of it. Honestly, they'll probably do a port of it before Switch or Hi-Fi Rush 2 comes out, because that way they would have it on every major platform, and they're probably going to release it on everything. I think the thing that I am like most excited for, most interested in seeing, is the rumored DLS, because I think that could actually help a ton in making Switch 2 a much more viable machine. Oh, you meant the kickstand on the OLED model. I thought you were talking about there was an OLED kickstand. Like, OLED was a kind of kickstand. I thought I misunderstood what you were talking about. God, okay. Okay. No, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, I just misunderstood you, Stu. Jesus. God. Anyway, on to some somber news. By the way, all of this is ordered in of chronology, because I wanted to do kind of a pre-Magfest, post-Magfest sort of thing, since it's just been a minute. So rather than having any kind of segues, it's just all going to be linear. It'll be chronological as best as I can. But yes, unfortunately, David Lynch passed away last month. It was horrible. Just awful. This man made some genuinely generational works. We are never going to see anyone like him ever again. Regardless of what the Snyder bots say. Regardless. I didn't go to Lotus Juice for Magfest, unfortunately. It was too late, and I was just... He was only there the first day, and that first day I flew in, and I was so tired. I was so tired. If I had been there for... if I had stayed for the Lotus Juice concert, I would have been awake for like 20, 21 hours. And in that time, I would have been like walking all over the place and flying and all this stuff. I could not go see Lotus Juice. I was bummed. I was really bummed out about it. But I also heard the Lotus Juice concert was kind of... I heard it was a mess. You're the first person... To be fair, I haven't really seen people talk about it. But I saw one person say it was a mess, another person, and then you say it was lit. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, David Lynch passed away. Very sad. Awful. Just awful. We're never getting anyone like him ever again. I don't care what that one dude on r/the Snyder Cut said. I'm sorry, I'm not letting that post go. That post was hilarious, and it just... Oh, my God. But, yeah. No, David Lynch. Just watch any of his work. Twin Peaks is probably the most mainstream thing of his that is actually his work and not just an adaptation or was heavily modified by the studios. I'd say Dune is probably his most mainstream work, but that's not a good David Lynch film. It's not even necessarily a general, but it's a movie that was heavily fucked with by the studio. So in terms of like what would be the most palatable for mainstream, Twin Peaks, and not even Twin Peaks: The Return, just Twin Peaks. Just what this man's work is so influential. No, we've lost. Like, if you don't know this man, I don't think you fully comprehend just what has been lost. watch Twin 2, you'll start seeing it everywhere. Video games, movies, television. I have no idea just how influential Twin Peaks is, but just David Lynch's whole is. Past that, Sony cancels 2 more PlayStation products in broader retreat. So that's what this is. That's what the headline is. The actual news is that they canceled 2 live service games. But here's the thing. These were live services they canceled. But that's not all of it. When you really look at it, what has been investigated and looked into, PlayStation has had, at least according to this, 17 live service games in production. And so far, of these 17, 3 of them have released. 1 released and then shut down. 7 have been canceled. And then another 7 are still in development. And then when you look at what these are, a lot of these are either fucking stupid. They're either fucking stupid, or there's the rare success like Helldivers 2. Or they're just like, why? Like, okay, look at this. This is, I'm gonna leave it like that because the chat box makes it harder for you guys to see. So, Destruction All-Stars. I remember that game. I feel like I'm one of the few people who do. Who is that game for? Is that game a success? I don't know. I don't think it matters. It's a live service game. I don't really care. Gran Turismo 7. I didn't actually know that was a live service game. That's actually one of the few... I feel like racing games or sports games are one of the few genres in which a live service model could actually for it. I'm actually surprised there hasn't been a Madden live service push or any kind of like 2K or just any football, basketball, like any mainstream sports game that they were just like, just turn into a live service. And then all we could like really do, like we could just, as opposed to having these like incremental updates each year, we can have these incremental changes that aren't actually even changes each year. We can instead just do that and like swap some shit out and update the rosters as a live service. And like very simple to probably update and just keep going. Helldivers 2, which actually was a success. Concord, probably one of the most embarrassing games I've ever seen for release. Holy shit. Then we start to get into... Those are the 4 that have actually released. Of those, Helldivers 2 was a success. Gran Turismo 7, I'm going to assume, is a success. I don't really pay attention to the success or like how well Gran Turismo does. But I'm assuming it was a success because Gran Turismo, as far as I'm aware, has always just done well. Concord bombed. Destruction All-Stars exists. Fair Games with a $, that's apparently still in production. A Horizon multiplayer game. I don't understand Sony's fascination with Horizon. People have said this in the past, and I still believe it, but it's one of those things where it's like there's no real evidence. I just don't understand it. Horizon feels like a plant. It feels like an industry plant. I don't understand why it's as successful as it is. It's not because it's bad, but it's because that it's just like I don't know what it does that's like noteworthy or why people are just so obsessed with it. Like I don't know what it is about Horizon that's so successful. But yeah, they want to have a multiplayer game, and as you can see past Marathon, there's also apparently a Horizon MMO in the works, which, again, I don't know who would want that. But this is also just my bias talking. Then we get to some unannounced One, we get to some unannounced games, or live service games. We get Media Molecule live service game, which will probably be something akin to, but as an ongoing thing. That's another game that I think could actually potentially benefit from being a live service thing, assuming it's just a form of but, you know, better and new. Dreams, I feel kind of bad for. That game seemed really cool and like, oh, this is like a lot. It just released so late on the PS4 that no one really cared. So I feel bad for it. And then there's apparently a Bungie live service game that's not Marathon in the work, also called I'm assuming that the project title is Gummy Bears. That or Bungie is literally making a Gummy Bears live service game. Jason Blundell's LA studio game. I don't know who the hell Jason Blundell is. I don't know who the hell that is. I'm gonna Google him. Who the hell is Jason Blundell? British. Oh. He was a programmer on Call of Duty. He was one of the guys for Call of Duty. That's that. Yeah, okay, he's a Call of Duty man. Yes, Proto, from what I understand, the previous CEO, what was it, Jim Ryan? All of this is his fault. All of this is his fault. He just became obsessed with the live service thing. But yeah, Jason Blundell's LA Studio is a game. That's a game. Last of Us Online, that got canceled. Now we're getting into cancellations now. Last of Us Online got canceled. That one sucks because the multiplayer in Last of Us 1 was actually like really cool. And then it got gutted from 2 because they were going to turn it into a standalone live service thing. And it's like, we could have just had a normal fucking multiplayer in Last of Us. And in fact, people probably would have thought better about that game if there was still the multiplayer. Then there's Twisted Metal live service. Again, Twisted Metal live service? Really? Spider-Man, the Great Web live service? No. No. No, that sounds fucking awful. Imagine swinging around New York and there's a million other spider people swinging around. I think what's so funny about this, though, is obviously you'd be making Spider-Man. But I think what's so funny about this is if you know anything about comics, Spider-Man in the comics, there's been a lot of complaints from comic fans about the state of Spider-Man for numerous reasons. But one of the issues people have a lot of problems with is how there seems to be this big hypocrisy with how big the Spider family can be. Because one of the longest running Spider-Men that is not Peter Parker is Ben Reilly. And he goes back to the 90s. He's from the Clone Saga. And he's a beloved Spider-Man. Yeah, the Spider-Man MMO or the Spider-Man Great Web thing, that got canceled. But Ben Reilly, he's a beloved Spider-Man. People love him. Well, he's getting massively downplayed. And a big reason for this, according to editorial, is that there's just no place for him. There's no place for him. So their idea to give him a place is to turn him into a villain? Meanwhile, they're also turning around and making a bunch of other spiders. There's Spider-Boy. There's Wreck-Rap. There's Miles Morales has Shift, which I love Shift. And it's just like there's so many other spiders. But Ben Reilly is the one that you just can't do anything with. Like, he just doesn't have a place anymore. But you'll make a million fucking... And not only that, but you'll make a live service game where, assumedly, people would be making their own spider people. Really? It's like rubbing salt in the wound. It just makes it so much better. Some generic London studio live service game got canceled. I don't care. This is the stupidest one. Who the fuck wants to play a God of War live service game? If any of you have played the modern God of War games, who the fuck would want to play a live service God of War? How would that even work? Also, the fact that it's from Blue Point Games, the remake studio. Obviously, like, if they want to make their own thing, if they want to branch out and make their own IP, they want to make their own game. Super, go for it. But this isn't them making their own IP. This is dumb. This is really dumb, and it got canceled. This is one I'm actually glad it got canceled. Oh, yeah, God of War Ascension. Yeah. I did forget about God of War Ascension. But that, to be fair, that was also that was only a multiplayer mode, and that was a very different style of gameplay. And then Ben Studio also had a live service game, which I don't know. But it's whatever. Yeah, no, this is just a mess of a list. It's a mess of a list. This is the reason why the PS5 has, like, no first-party support this generation. It's entirely because of this shit. And it sucks. It sucks. We're going, like, so long without, like, any first-party support. And not to be like a fucking Nintendo fanboy or anything, but I swear to God, if this was Nintendo going like a year plus without any first-party games, there would be tons of doom and gloom. I'm just calling it. But PlayStation, no. This is just bad. To be fair. What I just said does make it sound like people are not doom and gloom about PlayStation, but it is still just like, God, what the fuck is PlayStation doing, man? He needs to stop. Hopefully this new CEO, he probably still has to deal with all these live service games, but hopefully he'll push back in the other direction, and we will start to get, like, games again. Good ones, because out of this entire list, the only, like, hit is Helldivers 2. The only hit is Helldivers 2. Sony don't understand that users have a limited time to play. You can't play like 7 or 8 live service games. Yeah, no, exactly. I think what their model is, or what they're trying to do, is they're trying to make 1 billion live service games that are each in their own category, so that they can have a live service game that appeals to everyone. Or rather, no, that someone will find a live service game that appeals to them that happens to be Sony's. I think that is the idea. But it's just like, yeah, it's just, this is dumb. This is the live service bubble is popping, and I'm so glad it's popping. Oh my God, I've been saying this for a long time. I genuinely believe we will have another video game crash, but it will not be the industry as a whole. It will only be AAA games. I wouldn't be surprised if live service games causes it. I really wouldn't be surprised if live service, because it feels like that's the majority of AAA games we get now is live. But I don't really have anything else to say, really, I guess. So I guess I'll just move on, you know? Platinum Games and Team Ninja reveal Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm putting this on here because I've always heard Ninja Gaiden is really good. It's a really good character action game. But the other reason I'm putting this on here is because of Platinum Games, because they have been imploding. And this is the only thing that seems like remotely good news. And even then, you can make the argument that this is them. They are going back to guns for hire shit, which is something they actively want to not do anymore. So you could argue this is bad for them. But I'm struggling with whether or not I want Platinum to succeed at this point. Because all the people I care about Platinum, all the people that made me care about Platinum are gone. So I don't know if I want Platinum to succeed anymore. I don't want people to lose their jobs. But I just also am like, this isn't the Platinum I know. It got fucked over by Inaba. And based on everything coming out, it's 100% Inaba's fault. Yeah, but hopefully Ninja Gaiden 4 is good. I've never played Ninja Gaiden. I'll play it at some point. I think Platinum will probably get bought out. Years ago, I would have said they'd get bought by Square Enix or they'd get bought by Nintendo, but I don't even know if that's the case anymore. Square Enix, after Babylon's Fall, no fucking way they're gonna like want to buy them. Nintendo is interested in them for Astral Chain and Bayonetta, but I don't know. I just don't know if with the director of Astral Chain gone, they could very easily, because Nintendo owns Astral Chain, the IP, that guy could very easily either join Nintendo or just go start his own studio or just go to a different studio in general and then just continue development there with Nintendo and then just leave Platinum high and dry. Does Square partly own Platinum? If so, I guess I mean specifically full ownership. Just full-blown buy the whole thing. I don't know if Square Enix purchased them after failure that was Babylon's. It sucks. It sucks, but at this point, all I really care about is where all the good talent that made Platinum what it is. I just care about where they end up. A lot of them probably went to Clover's. That one guy went back to France or wherever he's from. He's from Europe. He directed Bayonetta Origins. He apparently went back to Europe. He's no longer in Japan. The guy who did Astral Chain, I don't know where he went, but Astral Chain is his baby, and he said he had like a trilogy's worth of ideas. So I really wouldn't be surprised if he just goes to another studio and just like continues development over there. Yeah. I don't know. Platinum's basically dead, you know. Platinum is dead. Hold on, I'm getting a message from my co-host. 38 minutes in! Haha! Something apparently came up. I'm just gonna ask him how bad. I've known this guy for like 15 fucking years. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated, but it's just also like, whatever. Whatever. God, what is the name of this song again? I know what it is. I just can't remember the actual name. Give me a moment. I'm going to switch over and see what the name is. New Battle! It's just New Battle. That's a very bland name. I'm not going to make a joke about Xenoblade 3 being bland. That game is not bland. I don't care what some people say. It is not bland. It's the best one. Okay. Okay, so okay. Message with them. Moving on. Hey, Ringo! Ringy. I'm feeling full of beans! Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Ringo, you want to join me? My co-host is out. My co-host is out right now. You want to join me? Just swap in? Good. Why not? Yeah, man. Yeah. Just friggin' message me on Discord, and we'll try and get this set up. Doing it live. I don't know. I mean, you could just join on Discord. We don't even have to like put your avatar up or anything. Just getting a call on Discord. I don't know enough about your specific, like your VTuber model or whatever. I don't know how we would get that. Okay, here. Let me call. Let me call you. Oi.
Greetings.
Oh wow, you're kind of loud.
Oh shit, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just when you said that, I meant in the mixer on OBS.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to adjust that.
Have you have you done Discord reactive images or whatever? It's like I'm assuming that's what you do for your little...
I've done reactive images before, yeah.
I got mine set up if you want to throw down on that for something on screen.
Yeah, sure. I just need to set that up real quick.
Let me make sure my images are appropriate.
Yeah, that might be important. You know, I don't want to.
It's more so one of them I do is I have a joke one. Do you know the Jacko pose?
Yes.
It's that. It's that.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think I think I have it ready. Let me know when.
Yeah, they're good.
You're good?
They're good.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Got
we
two
go.
little I use.
Bro,
My little emotes.
Is his volume too? Okay, here I'll just turn down your volume some more.
Apologies, fellas, for being too loud.
Okay. Talk real quick.
Hello. It is I.
At least according to the mixer, you should be at the same volume as me.
That's good.
Yeah. Well,
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How about you? Introduce yourself real quick to the people.
Greetings, everybody. Sorry for the impromptu joining, but this is Ringo Ashburn. I am a variety streamer on Twitch, mainly playing the Tales of series with my brother. That's been about it recently. I have been wanting to stream Marvel Rivals, but haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good buddy of mine. Here, just so you can follow along with what news I'm talking about, I'll just send you the news docket I use.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's going on here. What's the?
So this is just my semi-regular news stream. My co-host, something horrible came up at the last minute, so he had to dip.
I hope I can do half as good a job as them.
Yeah.
Talking about stuff I don't know much about.
Oh, it's okay. We can just talk about stuff.
We'll make it happen.
I'll try and give as much context. Well, the good news is the very next thing is quite literally just me explaining stuff and giving a presentation. So
let's go.
Here, I guess next up, go on to my trip to Magfest. My Magfest trip. You know what Magfest is, Ringo?
I have heard a bunch about it through various different things, but I have never been nor actually seen much of.
Here, I'm gonna share my screen so you can follow along. my presentation.
Let's go. PowerPoint presentation, Macca.
My
Hell yeah.
PowerPoint presentation. Ignore the baby stuff. That's nothing.
Congratulations on the baby, Macca.
What baby? What are you talking about? I went to Magfest. Look at all these pretty pictures. Hold on. I'm gonna make an adjustment so you guys can actually like see the full presentation.
Let's go.
There. So yeah, these are a bunch of pictures that I and my roommate took while we were there. There is this David Lynch memorial that was really, really cool. And every day we would go back to that little memorial, and there was new stuff there. People kept leaving stuff there. Really nice. There's my badge on the left. We went to some concerts. I was only actually able to go to 2 concerts. I went to the Super Strikers concert, which was great. And then we went to the oh god, a friend of mine, or a friend of my roommate rather, dragged us along. Was it Los Vados? I think it was. I think it was like Los Vados or something. I wasn't sure what it was gonna be, but it was like a smooth jazz concert where they played a bunch of like, not video game music, but music inspired by specific video games. It was all about
That
giving
sounds
like
really
the general vibe of the video game.
So this Magfest definitely looks very Sonic, like Sonic
Yeah.
Superstars inspired.
From what I can tell, every year Magfest is themed around a different game, and this year's theme was Sonic Mania. There's actually a lot of Sonic there. There was a lot of like Sonic representation there, but not in the general, not necessarily in the ways that you would assume. So there, for instance, there weren't any voice actors from Sonic, but there was various like, so T-Lopes was there. You know T-Lopes?
I actually do not. Refresh me.
He is
I think I've heard the
composer.
name.
He's a composer that's worked on multiple different indie games, but he's most famous for making Sonic Mania soundtrack.
Okay, yes, then I have heard of him.
No, he was there. They also had Ian Flynn, who writes the Sonic IDW comics, as well as currently a writer for the video game. So
That's
yeah,
a
there was a number of Sonic things there, and just again, everything in general was very Sonic Mania themed, or just Sonic themed in general. It was really cool. There's in the bottom right, that is actually a picture of the convention center as we were driving up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's
Where
a
was
big picture.
Magfest held this year? Sorry, if you don't mind me
It was.
asking.
You're fine. It was held in National Harbor, Maryland, which
Okay.
for the uninitiated, that is like 20. That's like right across the bridge from Washington D.C. It's right next to D.C. So
Okay.
when we flew into Reagan Airport, which is the D.C. airport, this was right after the inauguration. When we were flying in, there was a bunch of people in MAGA hats flying out. They were just leaving. So it was kind of weird. It was just kind of a weird feeling because a bunch of them came for the inauguration. We actually talked to one guy. We were waiting in line to get some food. We were just talking to this guy, and he tried to go to the inauguration. He said he waited 2 hours in line and didn't get in. So that had to suck, especially because it was freezing. That's why they had to move it inside at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad for that guy, but also he was MAGA, so, complicated feeling.
Yeah.
Funny thing. A great MAGA Fest. MAGA Fest. That's it. It was MAGA Fest. Then Magfest happened. So a friend of ours, he is a rigger. R-I-G-G-E-R. Don't take what I said out of context. He is a rigger. What that is...
Flip him, chat.
He is a guy who goes around. He gets hired to go around and set up a bunch of stages, basically sound stages. So for like concerts, he has set up a bunch of like sound systems and stuff, as well as just a general stage for artists like Beyonce. I believe he did a Metallica concert once. He does a lot of stuff. He goes all over the dang country. Well, he actually got hired to set up the stage for the inauguration. And he was gone for like a week and a half. And he was actually still there when we came for Magfest. So when we got there, we went and met up with him and got lunch. And it was funny. It was kind of weird just to see him there. But he also is, out of everyone in my friend group, he is the most left-wing. He hates Trump the most. And we kept teasing him about the fact that he was now setting up the inauguration stage for the guy he really hated. So,
well,
it was fun. It was a fun...
Hired to do a job, you got to do the job.
Exactly. Well, here, let me go to the next slide. Here's some of the things. There was jack shit in the marketplace that I actually wanted. I did find Raito Kuzunoha, the very first one, but it was $225 when PriceCharting.com puts it at around $100. So instead, I got Okami-themed teacup from Fangamer, and I almost got that Pokemon Hawk version that is in the bottom right picture there.
What?
These pictures, by the way, are all bootleg Pokemon games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't recognize, all of them looked pretty crazy. I was gonna see, like, how much an actual Pokemon Emerald was, because I've been interested in replaying that, but I don't want to shell out $300.
Yeah, from what I understand, I think Pokemon Emerald is the single most expensive, like, GBA
That
Pokemon
would make
game.
sense. I was gonna say, like, of the most expensive ones, my assumption would have been like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but specifically on the GBA, it would have been.
On the GBA, it's definitely Emerald. I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver beats out Emerald by a little bit. Here, I'll look it up on price charting. I have a slide about price charting, and I can just look up what it is. Price charting. Pokemon Emerald. Typically, it goes for around $200 loose.
Yeah. Like, even when I visited Japan last year and the year before, like, I started looking for, like, just to see if I could pick up, like, a retro, like, a used Game Boy SP and Emerald, and it was, like, still absurdly priced, even for, like, the secondhand like, the secondhand stores in Japan. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to do it. I might have to just, find another way to do it, but
I'm so glad that
tough.
I still have my copy of Emerald from when I was a kid.
It's somewhere in my house, and I cannot for the life of me find it.
Of all of the Game Boy Advance games that I kept from when I was a kid, it's Pokemon Emerald and Legacy of Goku 2.
Let's go.
Those are the only ones I still have, and I'm really glad that I kept them. Particularly Emerald, because Jesus Christ. Yeah, looking at it, it's $200 loot. Now let me look at Heart Gold, how much that goes for.
I know the only Game Boy games that I found recently were Yu Yu Hakusho Tournament Tactics, which is like a game that I absolutely loved as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? Like, what was the other one? An old original Game Boy game called Mr. Do, which is absolutely a banger if you've never played it.
Mr. Do?
Mr. Do. It's like
D-E-W?
it's like, no, D-O.
Just D-O.
Exclamation point.
Huh. I'll look that up later. So real quick, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they both go for around $135 loose. However, if it's with the Poke Walker, then it's slingshots.
Yeah.
If it has the Poke Walker, it's slingshots.
Mm.
But if it's just the game by itself, it's 135. So
Yeah.
it's like technically Emerald is still the most expensive loose, but the most expensive period is Soul Silver, Heart Gold with the Pokewalk.
Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha. I will send you the box art of Mr. D real quick.
Yeah,
just
let me
'cause
take a
it's
look at this.
interesting. So it is basically like the closest way I can explain it is it's very similar to Dig Dug, in so much as like you have enemies to beat up, but you play as a clown that you get a little magic ball that you can shoot and kill enemies, and you have to move around and like kind of like make these little. You have to collect these little like boulder thingies. I cannot tell you for the life of me what they were supposed to look like, but you're basically supposed to collect all of these things and beat all the enemies in a level, and then you would move on as the enemies would try and get you. It's such a weird niche thing that I
and then
love.
that's the what the gameplay looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's Mr. Do.
I love Mr. Do. Everybody should go play Mr. Do.
Well, yeah. No, overall there just wasn't like a ton in the marketplace I was really interested in. There was I almost got Pokemon Cock version, but that was like just really it, and I would have gotten it for the gym more than anything.
Yeah.
But I didn't in the end. I did because it's still 20.
Yeah. It's like I don't even know if that like what are they even guaranteed to work is the question, because you could be spending $25 on just a blank cartridge or something that just is faulty.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Anyway, so these are a bunch of other pictures. On the top left, you have the Greg sign. The Greg sign is just it was just a sign that was out there, out in the middle of the convention center. It said Greg. I don't know who Greg is.
Let's go, Greg.
In the middle, real quick, that is a map of the convention center, but it was all done up like Sonic Mania, and it's like crazy the level of detail. It's like actually overwhelming how much detail there is. And this is like a zoomed in thing with a bunch of shit over it. If you actually like just look at the normal map, it's like, oh my god. There's just so much.
Yeah, that looks crazy, honestly. I love how well it's done. Just from the small little portions I can see right now.
On the middle left, we have the hat game. Basically, there was an area where it was a bunch of indie arcade games. And one of those arcade games was what I called the hat game, in which you just controlled it through a giant hat that was being held up through like scaffolding and like this whole system. And you had to just control the game using a hat. There was another game in the indie arcade games in which you controlled it using an NES controller, a microwave oven, and a mini fridge that was working and had a bunch of cold Go-Gurt in it.
Oh.
I don't know what I was supposed to do or how any of this worked. But it was all connected via wires, so clearly this was the intent. That one still bothers me. I don't know what was happening. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah. That sounds very strange, not gonna lie.
It was bizarre. So in the bottom left, you can't really see it because I'm blocking it. I'll move my avatar out of the way. That is a picture of the VR chat wall, where basically there's Magfest had this like custom VR chat world that was constantly displaying a stream of Magfest, and then the people at Magfest could go to this wall where the webcam streaming it to VR chat was, and you could see a stream of VR chat, so you could like interact with each other. It was like a portal.
That's awesome.
It's kind of hard to see.
Is that Uni I see in there?
I was about to point that out. There was when I first saw it, there was someone with a Uni avatar who was just standing there staring.
Let's go.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Past that, on the top right, we have a picture that I took of myself using the Game Boy camera. It's a picture of the Game Boy camera hooked up to an SNES. And yeah, this thing looks like the Game Boy camera is shit. It's really bad. But that's a picture of me. I like that picture a lot.
It's pretty great. I don't think I've ever used the Game Boy camera because I never owned one, but I remember specifically playing Pokemon Gold all the time and just being like, what is this Game Boy Color? What is this Game Boy camera thing? Like, I tried so hard to get it to work, never knowing that I needed a whole separate attachment for it. Made it pretty difficult to do anything when you don't have it. But I tried.
I don't remember what game it was, but when I was a little kid, I had a Game Boy Color game that had compatibility with the Game Boy printer. And I didn't know what the Game Boy printer was. I knew it was a Game Boy printer, but I was like, what is that? It's a printer for the Game Boy? What? What is that? What? And I just never actually learned or knew what a Game Boy printer really was until I got way older and started learning history of video games. In the middle right, we have a picture of a bunch of people in cosplay in an elevator. And the reason I put this here is because I thought it was a funny image of a Skull Kid, a Naruto, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a Mario all just hanging out in an elevator. And I thought that was a funny image, so I wanted to take a picture. Well, what I didn't notice is that there was a lady also in the elevator. And she turned around right as I took the picture. And I am confident she thought I was taking creep pictures of her because she's staring right at me as I was taking the picture. And then as she rode up the elevator, she kept staring at me.
Huh.
I swear to God, I didn't even notice she was there. I saw Skull Kid and Naruto. And she's like, oh, creep shot. I'm not a creep, okay? I didn't do...
Is it the one with the face turned around? Like, I'm trying to even figure out what cosplay that is.
I'm pretty sure it's Homestuck.
Oh,
Looking,
I have never
looking
once.
closer, I'm pretty sure it's... I don't know Homestuck either, but I recognize, like, the pale skin, like, the gray skin and the...
Uh-huh.
That's
Oh, okay. Yeah, now that I see the horns, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I didn't
makes
even
sense.
notice I didn't even notice her, and I only figured it out once I took the picture, and she kept staring at me. Oh yeah, that Proto's right. Yeah, there is the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy sewing machine. You remember that?
I've heard of it. I wish I could bask in the glory of the Game Boy sewing machine once in my life.
Oh man, no, that thing is actually one of the most bizarre add-ons I've ever. And it only worked with like one game, and it was a sewing app, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It just helped you make designs to sew, and that was it. And then the bottom right, we're just not going to talk about that picture. We're just not going to talk about that picture. Up.
Right. Congratulations on the baby.
Nope. Yeah, no. So these are some videos from the concerts I went to. This is Super Strikers. This is them playing a song. I believe this one in particular is this one in particular was what's it? It was a song that was composed by the guy who composed Mega Man 2. And that was like wild to me that they got him to make a song for it. But yeah, this band was rad. I've listened to some more of their stuff since. They're called Super Strikers. They're great. Yep. Composed by Takeshi Tateshi. But yeah, this song was great. I've listened to more of these guys' music. They're really good. Highly recommend them. Past that, here is footage of that weird microwave oven game. That's what it looks like.
What in the heck is going on here?
I don't know. So I figured out I was controlling. You can see these little nubs at the bottom on this big screen. I'm controlling those big nubs with the SNES controller. There's the Go-Gurt. There's the Go-Gurt.
Let's go for Go-Gurt.
That Go-Gurt is cold, and that I can't get over that. And I don't know what I was supposed to do with it. There was no instructions. There was nothing. That thing was also a bitch to close because the Go-Kurt kept getting stuck in the door.
Yup.
But yeah.
So one of the strangest devices that I've ever seen. It's not quite on the level of that, but I saw a stream of some guy making a functioning piano out of raw chicken.
Out of raw chicken?
Yeah, you would literally press in with gloves on the raw chicken, and it would play the corresponding keys. It was the stream.
Bro, what the?
It's definitely strange, to say the least.
That sure is something.
It's at least understandable.
Yeah.
As opposed to whatever this Go-Gurt thing is.
Yeah, no, like, there was nothing. There was nothing to teach me about this game. God. And then this was the coolest freaking cosplay I saw there. It's...
Oh my god, that's awesome.
This dude had a whole contraption. He had a whole contraption. I can't pull... that basically let him perfectly recreate Mother Brain from Super Metroid as like the exact pixel art and the exact movement. It's wild, awesome. But also you can only see it from one side. The second he turned, you see like all of the machinery in it. Here he's like skip forward. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. You can kind of see it. He like. Yeah, no, it was wild. It was awesome. The Super Mother Brain, exactly.
The baby.
The baby. Oh God. What is that? Ah. Why is it no longer full?
F11.
I don't know what's happening. We're just gonna have
to escape out.
Nope. Cool.
Okay.
We're just doing the rest of it like this then, I guess. I met Ian Flynn. He's the guy who writes the IDW Sonic comic, and I got him to sign my Sonic #1. He was very nice. He's a cool dude. He doesn't deserve this.
Is he the same guy that wrote that Sonic was going to war?
No.
That one infamous comic? Okay.
No. Well, going to maybe just because it's a I don't know which one you'd be talking about. It could be him. It could be someone else.
Okay, gotcha.
He wrote Sonic Frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote Shadow Generations.
Okay.
So,
I do actually need to play that game. It's been a long time since I played fully through any Sonic game at all.
Shadow
I think
Generations
the last one I did
is genuinely. If there's anyone
I've heard very good things about it.
If there's any
I
of
just
one,
haven't.
any of them you pick, that one.
That one? You got it.
That one.
Yeah, the last one I fully played through was Colors.
Yeah. No, Shadow Generations is amazing. Sonic Generations is amazing. I actually like Shadow Generations more than Sonic Generations. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, wait. Sonic Generations I did play.
Okay.
But
okay. And then
at least on that one.
Frontiers is fun. It's not great. It lacks a lot of polish, but it is good.
Mm-hmm.
It is good, but it needed a lot of improvement. It's a game that you can, when you consider when it released, you can tell it suffered from COVID as well as Sega just forcing them to put it out there when they did. The series producer put his job on the line in order to get them one additional year on Sonic Frontiers. And then even looking at the game in its final state, it's like, holy shit. It's still not done. Yes, Acebreaker. Hello, how are you?
What's going on, gamers?
What's going on, gamers? Line sucked, so I didn't actually meet anyone other than Ian Flynn because I wanted to go meet Wooly from Wooly Versus and Eyepatch Wolf as they played Dokapon. I wanted to go watch that. But the line to get into their shit was so insane, I just said no, and I left. I'm not doing this. I can watch this online afterwards if I really wanted. That line sucked. Some highlights. One, I met the art director of the old Lord of the Rings MMO as well as his daughter. They were dressed like Geralt and Ciri. So that's me, my roommate, and then the two of them. They were rad. The other highlight was there was this one indie game there called Steel Carnelian. This game is it's still early, but I can already tell this game's going to be a lot of fun. It's like a mix of Mega Man Legends and Sin and Punishment. It is so good. It has the art style of Mega Man Legends. But it's so much fun. I can't wait to see more. You can also, in that picture there, that is an official photo they uploaded to their socials. That is my back there. That is my back. In the green.
Let's go.
That's my back. So there I am. It's there. It's my back.
Hell
yeah, keep an eye out on this game. I actually I got their card, and I gave them one of my cards, so I kind of want to try and see if I can help them. They're apparently going to be doing a launch of episode 1 and later this year, and then they're going to be looking into what to do about further developing episodes, whether it be Kickstarter or finding a publishing partner or something. But I told them, like, this is really impressive, and I want to see if I can help them anyway. Yes, that's a very nice back shot. Very nice back shot. But yeah, it's a cool game. Look it up online. It's still rough, but it's a lot of fun, trust me, especially on a mouse and keyboard. Celebration message. This is the cost of the hotel we stayed at. This is only the cost of the hotel. Don't ask me how much I spent on food, Uber, the plane tickets, the Okami tea set. I really wish I got my paycheck before I left. I got my paycheck the day I left. So I knew I could reimburse this money, but it still hurt. It still hurt to see it all go away.
One of those things where I really want to go to like more conventions and festivals and things like that. Like I want to go to Magfest. I want to go to just like some more conventions and things like that. It's like, yeah, you gotta save up for that stuff. It ain't cheap.
Yeah. This is gonna be the only convention I go to for like hot minute. Last one I go to for a hot minute. Like, Jesus. Oh my god. Well, anyway, that I believe is the last slide is simply just go watch Severance. I want everyone here to go watch Severance. It wasn't over $2,000, but it was more than it was. It was still not an amount that I'm happy about, Proto.
Well, I have not heard of Severance. Sell me on it. What's going on with this?
So the best way I can put it. Okay, it depends on. Are you willing to watch something not knowing anything about it?
Yes.
It's best if you go in knowing as little as possible.
Okay.
This is that kind of show. The best, all I'll say is a mystery box show. Not written. I don't know why I was about to say written. It's a mystery box show that was directed and produced by Ben Stiller. That Ben Stiller. Tropic Thunder. This show is incredible. It is one of the best shows on television. I say on television. It's one of the best shows coming out right now, period. It's on its second season. It's fantastic. Go watch it. It's best if you go in knowing as little as possible. I'll tell you one thing if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
It takes place in an office. That is all I'm willing to say. This is one of the best one of the best mystery box shows I've ever seen. If you like shows like Lost, but wish Lost was better written and not like so like stretching itself out constantly in order to create new mysteries so it can keep going, but actually was a show where everything was thought through and paced perfectly, this show is for you. This show is incredible. Highly recommend it. Just go watch it.
I will definitely try and find the time to do so then.
It's on Apple TV Plus, so I will get it if you don't want to watch it on there, but there are other ways you can watch it.
That's a big yikes for me though.
There's other ways you can watch it. My favorite Lynch
I might
film.
have to indulge in that.
Real quick, JSTS, my favorite Lynch film. I really like Mulholland Drive. I also do still really love Firewalk with Me. Firewalk with Me is fantastic. It's either Mulholland Drive or Firewalk with Me. As for Proto, the new Digimon thing, that's actually on the list a little bit later, so we'll be getting to that. Yeah, this is the last of my slides. I still can't get out of the PowerPoint. I don't know what happened, but it's just not a thing. So I'm just going to close this out, you know? Maybe the best way to get out of being zoomed
Aren't
in
you
is
able to just
close
switch
it out.
tabs?
Well, I'm about to switch tabs, but there's no reason for me to have this open still.
Open still. What,
Inland...
you don't want something just randomly draining your your computer's memory?
No. I haven't. I'll be honest, JSTS. I haven't seen Inland Empire. It's still on my list.
I've never even heard of it, to be honest.
Do you know David Lynch? Hello?
Sorry, accidentally muted. Apparently, I have dinner soon.
Have you heard of David Lynch?
I think I've heard the name.
He's one of the most influential directors without people realizing it. He passed away last month. He's created a lot of like amazing works, films. He had a TV show that is easily his for a lot of people is like the David Lynch project. Twin Peaks. You might have heard of Twin Peaks.
I've heard of it. I have not.
He made
watched
Twin
anything.
Peaks. It's a fantastic
okay.
show.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it.
He co-created Twin Peaks with Mark Frost, but it's still very much one of his projects.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Twin Peaks is incredible. David Lynch is highly influential, and a lot of people don't realize it. Anyway, on to the next piece of news. Devil May Cry, the animated series, and it got a release date as well as an opening animation. The animation is great, but I will not be playing the song for you, the opening like theme song, because it is the song "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit. You know, keep rolling, 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 rolling. What?
Nice way to get yourself DMCA'd.
Yeah, so I'm not playing that. But also, why Rollin'? Why is this the opening?
of all the songs, yeah, that would have been one of the least.
So someone made a version of this opening that actually has Devil May Cry music over it, particularly Devils Never Cry, which is often considered by fans to be like one of the fan favorite songs. And it's a song heavily associated with specifically young Dante, which this is a young Dante in this show. So people, they made a version with Devils Never Cry, and it works beautifully. So I'm just kind of like, why didn't they use Devils Never Cry? Why did they go with Limp Bizkit of all things? I feel like this might have been a Netflix decision.
That definitely sounds like a Netflix decision.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Anyway, on to the next thing. My goat Enrique choked at the Puppy Bowl. He choked and it was like horrible. It was so embarrassing. I can't believe he just did this.
Oh my gosh, Enrique, what are you doing, bud? Come on.
Yeah, no, it was so disappointing. And then there's Superman.
For some reason.
The Superman.
Unfortunately, I do have to step away for a little bit.
Oh no!
I gotta get some dinner. I apologize. I'm hungry.
Oh, it's okay. These tend to go for like an hour or two anyway, so you go ahead. I'm gonna get dinner.
If you would have me back, I'll try and join by the time I get back. But
if I'm still going, you
otherwise-
can join again. If not, too bad. Okay.
Thank you, my good sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I hope your stream has enjoyed my presence. I've tried.
Yeah. You go enjoy your dinner. What are you having?
Chicken tortellini soup.
That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm gonna get some Chinese after this. I haven't had Chinese in
That also sounds
a
really
while.
good. I have not had Chinese in a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a Chinese place like right down the block from me, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna just drive over there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Real good. Okay, you have
Oh.
a good one, buddy.
Take care, my friend.
I'll message you about that one.
Join if I can.
Yeah. I'll message you about that one thing in case you don't come back. I'll message you about that one thing later because things are starting to become clearer as to what my plans are.
Sounds good, my friend.
Yeah.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy your dinner.
See ya.
Okay, now it's just me again. Fantastic Four trailer. Did you guys see this? You guys see this? This is a really good trailer. I like it a lot. This is the only MCU thing that looks like it could be good, that I have any level of confidence in. I love how the thing looks. I love the period piece 1960s aesthetic. It's just going for it. This is all of this. I love it. 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 My roommate and I have been talking because like this movie and Superman releasing at the same time. It is kind of like, oh, well, like, oh, which one's gonna win, or whatever. And I'll be honest, I'm still thinking this movie's gonna get delayed. I feel like production-wise, just how the timeline has gone, the fact that they only really started post-production like barely 3 months ago, I feel like this movie is gonna get delayed. Whereas Superman has had basically will have a full year of post-production. I think this movie will get delayed, but I feel like this movie is gonna be good. I think this movie's gonna be good. But if ultimately it doesn't get delayed and we do end up getting a Superman versus Fantastic Four, like which one's gonna win? I actually genuinely don't know which one would win. I don't know which one will do well. I don't know which one would win out. Hopefully both of them would do really well, but we'll just have to see. Piece of random news that's also very unfortunate. You can now buy a life-size Gardevoir plush from the Pokemon Center in Japan. And I'm seeing some... These are some really great, really wholesome pictures of Gardevoir. This is 100% what people are using Gardevoir for. It's beautiful. Nothing else is going on. I haven't seen any other photos. And you know what? We're not going to show any other photos. The Fantastic Four thing, it's a movie. It's a movie. Fantastic Four is a movie. Hold up, I'm getting a little notification in OBS. What's this? Oh, are you fuck? What? There's no way. What? It's giving me a thing. It gave me a thing that says, so something about content ID claim, but it's not clear whether or not okay, so I think I shouldn't have shown the Fantastic Four trailer. I think it got content ID claimed in real time. Holy shit. I shouldn't have shown that. Oh, no. Oh, no. First time that's happened. Anyway, people are doing some wonderful things with the life-size Gardevoir. Everything is wholesome. Nothing else you need to worry about. Moving on. Alan Wake 2 has topped 2 million sales and has finally started turning a profit. This is awesome, but it's also kind of depressing that it took them this long. This game is incredible. It's still my game of the year 2023. Highly recommend it across the board. Everyone should be playing this. Good game. Great game. Glad it's actually making a profit now. Hopefully it will continue to sell. I bet if they release it on Steam, which from what I understand, this game was published and financed by Epic Games. But Epic has published and financed games that have come to Steam later down the line anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a contract that would eventually expire and allow them to then go and put this on Steam. Once this gets on Steam, I bet this would very well. Very well. One thing I will say that is notable about Alan Wake 2 here is that most of this was sold between its release date in October 2023 and March 2024. So this last 0.7 mil came from over the course of but that's also just kind of how game sales tend. Then we move on to the state of play. We got a couple of different trailers, all of which are looking pretty dang cool. This is some of the stuff I was really wanting to talk with my co-host about, but he's gone. So I'll just kind of gloss over most of these. Monster Hunter Wilds still looks great. I'm not really looking too much into it or watching too much about it because I've just kind of reached a point in my life where there are some games where I don't need to be sold. I know it's going to be good. So I look at this and I'm like, yeah, this looks cool. And I'm just going to, wait for it to come out. It's Monster Hunter. As far as I'm aware, they've never screwed up a Monster Hunter game. Again, you're right, Proto, but I think it'll be fine for game trailers just because game trailers are, there's like more to them. Basically, like, video game footage is, like, different than, like, movie footage. That's what I'm getting at, But yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds, this looks great. Excited, coming out at the end of this month. Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. Now this looks awesome. I didn't know this was being made by the Streets of Rage 4 guys. But this looks incredible. Visually, just holy shit. I don't know. So it is an action platformer. But it seems like, is Warner Brothers copyright striking Minecraft songs? Are they? That's, God, Warner Brothers, man. You gotta love that company. The only good thing they have going is upcoming new Day Earth ups. And I think I am feeling positive. I do have a good feeling. Everything else with Warner Brothers right now is a fucking... Anyway. This looks awesome. This game looks awesome. I've never played a Shinobi. This looks amazing. I cannot wait. Also got Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. This also looks really cool. I am happy. I am very happy that Sage is in this. I love Sage. She was great. She's one of the best things about Sonic Frontiers. So I'm happy she's still around. I think this whole idea of, like, swapping pieces of the track each race. So it's like the first lap will always be consistent, but then the second and third lap could be different. I think that is a really interesting idea for a mechanic. There's also apparently like swapping pieces of your cars. So you can make like custom cars where characters have a default car, but they can also just use whatever. And also they're bringing back the extreme gears from Riders, which holy shit, that's fucking awesome. I'm so excited. No, there's the closed beta later this month. I already signed up for it, and I'm hoping I'll get in because I want to try this out. This looks really cool. Looks really, really cool. There is apparently, like, the way some of the press releases is worded, there is a potential that we could get other Sega IPs in this. I don't know. I don't know if that's how likely that is, but it'd be cool. Yeah, no, I feel like the big concern really is Mario Kart 9. It has to compete with Mario Kart 9 coming out this year. Yeah, we'll see. I'm predicting Mario Kart 9, by the way, is going to be a launch title for this. I'm predicting that. Switch 2. Yeah, this looks awesome. This looks really cool. It's happening! It finally happened! Shut up! It happened! This game was announced 10 fucking years ago. It's been in development for 10 fucking years. And in that time, the only news we ever got was it's mostly going to take place in the digital world. And don't worry, it's coming along fine. That is all we got. For 10 years. I was confident this game was dead. I lost hope with this game. Holy shit! It looks so cool. I will say, there are a couple of moments in this trailer that look not cheap, but look old. Basically, the fixed camera, the way the fixed camera works, as well as you move around the environment, looks exactly the way it did with Cyber Sleuth, which Cyber Sleuth is a great game. It's a really good game. But that's the way it's done just looks old. And to me, it speaks to this game was probably originally being developed for the PS4, but it went through development hell for so long, it was forced to move to PS5. So it's probably got some parts about it that are, like, iffy. That are going to be a little old. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. I cannot wait. It's also English dubbed, which that'll be nice. Playing big-ass RPGs like this are always a lot easier to swallow when they have an English dub. Hopefully the localization will be better than Cyber Sleuth's, because that one, rough. It's like they did one draft of the script and they touch it up at all. So hopefully this one will be a lot better. I just want Digimon to do well, man. I love this fucking series. You know I'll be making a video about it. That selling you on Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth video, by the way, still does numbers. That still gets views. That still gets comments. In fact, since this came out 2 days ago, since this trailer came out, I've started getting more comments on that video again. So, you know I will be doing Digimon. Also, again, if you've never played a Digimon game, it's just an SMT game. It's just Devil Summoner. It's just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Anyway, yeah, this looks awesome. Very excited. Lost Solar Side also finally got a release date. Coming out actually a lot sooner than I thought. It's coming out in, like, what was it, May? April or May. This game was inspired by Final Fantasy 15 before Final Fantasy 15 came out. That's how long this has been in development. If you don't know anything about this game, there's that. When it first started development, it was also a one-man game. It was a one-man team. And there was a lot of stuff in those old gameplay videos when it first got announced that, like, there's a lot of stuff in there that was like, this is clearly, like, asset flip. You purchased this. It's placeholder. But a lot of it was still like, holy shit, you can tell this is like custom. Like, okay, you see that little creature flying alongside him? That was there. And that looks basically unchanged from how it was. How it's unchanged from how it was when it was first shown off. The combat also looks pretty damn similar. If anything, it looks smoother. But for the most part, combat looks pretty much the same. It's just like I don't know how one dude did so much, but now that Sony picked him up and gave him a whole team, it looks incredible. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Hopefully, it will have been worth the 10-year wait. I remember exactly when it got announced, and I was in college. God. Game looks cool. Hopefully, turns out well. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. The demo is out. It's playable now. I played some of it earlier. I mainly threw this in here just so my co-host and I, Mr. Gravesaka, we could talk about it because I played it. Not a great demo. Not the best demo. It's not a bad demo, but compared to other demos that Like a Dragon has done, this is underwhelming. There's really, I mean, like, I really wanted to sail around and try that out, but you only really do the sailing in one spot. It's in like a little, like, it's in a literal, like, tournament coliseum. And you get the tutorial, and then you just kind of do it in the one space. And it's like, I kind of wanted to, like, sail around, like, a limited area of, like, that would have been on. It done, unfortunately, you know, go that way. Yeah, there is also the Dave the Diver DLC. I haven't played Dave the Diver, little-known indie game, but that DLC is also announced with this, and it's cool. Pretty cool. I'm excited for this game. I hate that it's releasing so close to Monster Hunter Wilds, but I'm gonna prioritize this because this is gonna be a lot less of a time sink. And there's Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, my favorite video game of all time. And I am still very mixed on this game, on this remake. There's certain visual and creative decisions that I'm still not sure about. For instance, the removal of the general, like, color filter, the greens and browns and all that. I'm still... that, to me, that's so much of this game's identity. It makes the whole game look like camo and everything just kind of going straight gray. I don't like that. I think I remember something about that being like you could flip on and off, but I don't know if that will be good enough. I don't know if that just having a simple filter will be good enough because a lot of that coloring was baked in. It wasn't like a filter or like a type of light. It was baked in. But then it's also just the whole Konami of it all. Even though it's been 10 years, I still haven't forgiven Konami for all the shit they pulled. I'll probably get this pre-owned. I'll see. I'll see, but I am going to play it because Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite game of all time. That, and then it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This game is awesome. And finally, there's this game, Tides of Annihilation. This is another character action game, but it looks like it's kind of combining it with some Souls-like influence, aesthetically and a little bit gameplay-wise. But you can tell, you look at it and you can tell, like, this is a character action game, and it looks pretty interesting. This grabbed my attention. This definitely grabbed my attention. I can't wait to see what more comes from this. Again, I thought I'd have more to say if I was talking ending on a little bit, you know. This is the last thing, but I don't have that much to say because I was hoping to talk to someone about this. But yeah, State of Play was really cool. I was at work when it happened, so I couldn't watch it live. This is why I appreciate that Nintendo Directs happen earlier in the day before I go to work. They usually happen around like what, 10 a.m. now. I appreciate that because I don't go into work until 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, this does. I could definitely see why you would think Forspoken. It has that same like kind of medieval, regal aesthetic, but there's a bit more like Victorian. There's clearly more of a Victorian alongside it. But yeah, like when you look at it, it looks like it is character action combat, but it has like the lock-on system of a Souls-like. There's also like you can see some frame rate dips, which that is concerning, but hopefully it'll improve as it gets further and closer to release. This looks interesting, so I want to keep an eye on. I want to keep my eye on it. Looks also apparently my roommate told me the lady playing this lady is Shart. It's Shart from Baldur's Gate 3 Shadowheart. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but that is apparently Shart. So that's pretty cool. Good for her, you know. Anyway, yeah, that was it. That was all. That's everything I wanted to talk about. Like I said, ending on a bit of a fart. This looks cool. I don't think we'll be getting a Nintendo. For whatever reason, people were talking about there being a potential Nintendo Direct this month. I don't think we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct this month. I just don't see it happening. I don't think we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct until the Switch 2 one in April. I think Nintendo would rather just do Twitter announcements like they've been doing with like Xenoblade X. God, that one shot looks fucking wild. You mean Wario Land 4? Because that's the one that just came out on NSO. Yeah, Wario Land 4 is great. I still haven't played Pizza Tower or Anton Blast. My friend at the Game Shelf, he's done numerous videos. He's done numerous videos on Pizza Tower, and he just put out one on Anton Blast. He doesn't want to be a Pizza Tower channel. So like I understand, I know that feeling of getting boxed in, you know, because obviously I want to do Atlas, but I want to, you know, branch out, do a little bit more than Atlas, not be boxed in on that. Make this channel what I want it to be. I know my audience tends to prefer SMT and Atlas and all that, and I'm still going to give him that, but I want to do other stuff. But for him, it's all seems to be based around one fucking one game. So it's like, cool. I'm glad that he's trying to make it work, you know? Trying to make it work. Anyway, that's everything. That's all. You all have a good night. I'm going to go get that Chinese I was talking about. I'm going to try. I have the next couple of days off, so one of those days I'm going to try and stream Tactics Ogre again. Keep that going. I haven't been able to play it since that last stream, but we'll keep it going. It was really cool intro. Curious to see how it's gonna go. And again, this is all for a video I'll be doing. So yeah, tune in whenever that comes around. Anyway, you guys have a nice evening. I'm gonna go enjoy my food. I will enjoy my food, Proto. I will enjoy my food. And I'll play probably Cyberpunk. finally got back around to playing Cyberpunk. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. Hey, did you guys know Cyberpunk's really fucking good? The writing is impeccable. And not only that, but the game is actually finished now. And it's a good game now that it's finished. Still has some quirks, but a lot of it is more like Bethesda tier quirks, not glitches, not like fucking game breaking. We're going to give you a seizure. Like what originally released. Yeah, Xenoblade X. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys have a nice night. Bye-bye. I'm serious. I'm hungry. Oh, wait, what?